Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? The 922-002.
Bro! It was a crazy party on the southbound track this morning. Strippers and coke for everyone! Let's have some fun! Get it!
We got the new Lisle creeper seat here. And when you open up the box, you're going to get the pad. And you should have your instructions. And there should be two brown cardboard boxes. One has the legs. The other has your casters, your caster wheels, and two packages of hardware. Mine does not. I'm just kidding. It does. Oh, they're right here. So you got your bigger nuts and your little nuts. Okay, and then you start putting them together. We'll look at the instructions here real quick because they're right in front of us. They're right in our teeth. The one that says place the seat pad down, and we'll start putting the legs on, and we'll start assembling this with the M6x1 lock nut. Little ones are going to hold. These ones are going to be for your casters. Hold on to the feet. They're going to go into the base with your casters. These are pretty nice casters. And then the big one, the little nuts are going to hold on to your legs. So let's put it together and see how long it takes. Alright, so we got to this point now. You'll notice I'm doing this inside and chest level. That's another tech tip. But I got to this point. We got all the bolts in. We've got one bolt, one flat washer. So two bolts, a washer, a nut. We got both of these nuts. Both of these nuts. Right there. So that's what you should have left over in hardware. And none of this is nothing more than hand tight. So, and now we have, oh boy, man, it's about 20 minutes in. So we do have a little bit of extra hardware. Anything hiding over here? Anything hiding over here? Nope. Sonny, do you want to get anything at it? Nope. She's just going to throw a rope around. Anyways, yeah, so we got a couple nuts, one washer. Odd amount of hardware left. Get to that point, you don't have any hardware left, and you get this back, you must have lost some somewhere else. Alright, as you can see, we got the casters on. These have some nice urethane wheels. Focus in there. Nice urethane wheels, locking nuts. Tech tip there. Make sure you put the bolt, the washer on that side when you're doing that. And when you get the locking nuts on, or the nuts and the lock washers, you will only have 2 of these locking washers left from that hardware kit. That's all that came out of that. So there's 4 bolts per caster, 1 flat washer, 1 locking washer, and a capped nut right there. And yeah, let's see what we got for time. So all in all, and this is still loose right now. So all in all, I have for time in this. So I have 38 minutes in this. Now I just got to go around and tighten all these up, which should be a fairly quick process, and then we'll come back. Alright, so there it is assembled. Took me about 35, 40 minutes to assemble it, and it turns out it is, what is that? Just 14.5 inches wide, and 18.5 inches wide. And that stands right at 16 inches tall. So, not too shabby. Not the biggest creeper seat, is pretty sturdy. Not gonna lie to you, that thing's built stout. It is tank ass. You need a 10mm, 13mm wrench. Obviously, a cordless little tool like that works good. I just used my Craftsman because I had it in here, and I used a pair of pliers because I didn't have a 10mm wrench. I had a 13mm wrench. I had 2 13mm wrenches in here. No 10mm. Imagine that. Or I couldn't find it. But overall, it sucked putting together. Not a big fan of that. The casters roll really nice. They are smooth. They feel pretty awesome. If you guys know about Crown or Thomberg wheels, they're what they use on forklifts. They're very high density, like hard plastic. And they seem very similar to that, from my knowledge. But overall, I give it about a 4 on the assembly. I didn't like the assembly. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it was straightforward, but there's more nuts and bolts in that than there is in an LS engine. Not gonna lie to you. The casters, the steel that they use seems pretty good. Nice cushy seat. You know, you get a lot A lot of density in the foam there, very wide, so it's going to be nice if you want a creeper seat to roll around in. You know, not going to be too bad. I'll definitely put that up against a $500 Viper chair as far as strength-wise. This thing is a tank. There's no doubt about it. Right, Sonny? It's a tank. So, and it's only $100, so you're talking $500-600 savings on this one versus $500-600 on the Viper chair. Yeah, $99. Pretty stout creeper seat. Over time, the time test will tell. 4mm hex to put in those right there. 10mm for the bolt, for the nuts. Or you can use, I used the pliers, didn't really care. And then you have the creeper wheels are your 13mm. Two 13mm, pretty simple. But there's a lot of bolts, and if you can get it done quicker than, if you can do it in a half hour, you better prove it, for one, to me. And for two, I'd like to see anybody that challenge. I'd like to do a little challenge. If you're interested and you do buy this creeper seat, make a video of it and see if you can time lapse it and do it faster than 30 minutes, because I will be impressed. It's just a lot of nuts and bolts. So, oh, and don't forget to put your sticker on there. Lisle sends you this Lisle Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? The 922002. They give you 2 stickers you can put on, one in front and back, or you can put them on the legs. You don't have to even put them on at all, because that's how Lisle rolls. It's all at your discretion. I also should have probably done a little bit better close-up, but I mean, as you can see, they rolled the steel on every one of these. Let's see if I can let me get in here. Get a little light on the deal here, but they rolled the steel on every one of these legs, so that really added the strength to it. I mean, overall quality is pretty awesome. Hardware is nice. I mean, probably the best creeper seat I've ever seen for $100. I mean, you got tons of space, tons of storage down here you can put on this thing now. And that pad, I mean, listen, Big Booty Judy ain't gonna have a problem sitting on that thing. You know, she's gonna be comfortable, and it's just a pretty handy creeper seat. I mean, creeper seats are overlooked. Creeper seats are definitely nice. That's all there is to it. This is definitely a nice seat. It is not made in the USA, but trust me, it has been dialed in all aspects to have a quality seat. That's what Lisle does. Okay, you know, this is a trade-off we have to have. Unfortunately, finding somebody to make this seat being made in the USA would probably cost close to $300. Not gonna lie to you. There's no way you probably could find anybody that would make this, that would machine them, or that would custom build all these like this and set this seat up in America versus Taiwan, where they have these, or Taiwan, where I'm not sure where this one was made, to be honest with you, but you're just not gonna find that anymore, guys. I know, I hate to say it, but what are you going to do? You find somebody that'll make me this creeper seat in America. If you think this creeper seat should be made in America, find somebody that will mass produce these, make them in America, and they've got to be able to make 10,000 of these. Okay? That's their homework. If you, that's on anything. I've learned from myself being over YouTube, that's the one thing you'll have to deal with, is that trying to find somebody to do something in America, good luck for a manufacturer. So kind of one of those things. This is where we're at nowadays, unfortunately. But the stitching, I feel like this is definitely, material and everything was used. I mean, we're not talking about cheap stuff. It wasn't, you can just tell it's a much higher quality stuff. And we're talking, I mean, the screws they even put in, all the fasteners, these are not cheap hardware. So the best you can get for the money overseas without, you know, having to get USA stuff, unfortunately. But they definitely went, the engineering of this was definitely quality. Overlapping here so that the steel meets, instead of where you see cheap angle iron. You see cheap angle iron, they don't roll around the corners here. You look at different stuff and you start seeing it over time. You know, they did a great job of overlapping the legs inside of here. So these come to a point and meet right here where these gusset. See how they stack on each other right there? As sort of a gusset. That is definitely things that you can notice about getting something, even if it's made overseas, taking those extra steps. Anyways, guys, that's the video for you. New Tool Tuesday. New Lisle creeper seat. Nothing crazy, but it is a little tank, and I thought it was a pretty sweet little deal there. So, Let me know. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching. Oh boy.